good, great, nice, jamming. It's just some thing from Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, and it's from Sonic's. This is doing Sonic's voice, but kind of Roger Craig Smith's voice, but my own style because I can't really do his voice. My best Sonic the Hedgehog impression goes with Ryan Drummond, the original video game Sonic voice. But anyways, hopefully I can do a career in voices and stuff like that one of these days. Okay, but yeah, I don't have a family. I don't know what else I don't know what else a new topic to talk about. But I might as well just recap a video from my original Styles channel. But I don't have a family. Nope, I don't have a family. All right, I don't have a family. So that technically this could act more as a sequel to the original video on the original Styles channel, which was I don't have a family video. So this is pretty much again, I don't really have to rewatch the original video, but because it's the same thing. It's the same thing, but the only difference of the original video and this video is the fact is I am more at peace now, right? I am more at peace now than when I was with my former modern family, when I was living with them. Remember, former modern family. My modern family no longer a thing. We're no longer a thing. That family just completely separated. All right, at least the first version of it. So if the second iteration of my modern family comes into fruition, but whatever. Anyways, going back to now, I'm currently in my post-childhood family / post-biological family era of my life and stuff like that. Now, I don't know if you my life has been split. Unfortunately, my family has been split into many different variations, okay? We have biological family, which was first. Then we have my childhood family. And then we had my modern family, all right? That was the thing, all right? But now, the only reason why I'm no longer saying just childhood family or biological family is because it's not really a thing no more, okay? It's no longer really a thing anymore, okay? So that's why I have to say post-biological or post-childhood family, all right? And former modern family, all right? So why I'm saying post is because they're divorced, okay? Divorced / separated, okay? Divorce means post means specifically divorce, all right? Legally, gone and stuff like that. Former means like they technically wasn't married, but they just separated. So that's what I mean by that. But the thing is, the whole problem with giving my modern family, specifically my modern parents, when giving them the modern title, the problem with that, I'm seeing a bug. The problem with giving them that title, originally I was supposed to be calling them pre-modern family. No, specifically the parents, pre-modern parents, but I decided just drop the pre and just call them my modern parents. So yeah, but I wish I did call them pre-modern parents, but it doesn't matter. It'll actually help if another modern family end up becoming, into fruition. But anyways, going on topic about how I don't have a family, right? Like I said, I've been through technically 2 divorces, okay? All right, the first one happened when I was 5 years old, all right? Obviously, I have no memory of that. I have no memory of that at all. Why is that? Is because I was 5 years old, for the love of God. I didn't understand what divorces was and stuff like that. And then I didn't even understand the concept of parents with an S. Parents. Because the only thing I remember in my post-biological family when I was 4 or 5 years old was only mom. That was it. I didn't know what a dad was. I didn't know what a dad was back in the day. Nope, not at all. I didn't know what a dad was back in the day. So it was just mom. That was it. I kept hearing this thing called dad to my immediate biological siblings. I kept hearing a concept of dad, but I couldn't comprehend it. I only know mom. That was it. That was literally it back in the day, like 4 years old. So yeah, there's that. So anyways, what was my main point? But yeah, okay, yeah, the divorce. So that was the first divorce I have ever, experienced. But obviously I wasn't affected by it because I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what a dad was anyway, a father was anyway. So technically I wasn't as emotionally affected because I was that young. I was pretty much a baby at the time. That was 20 years ago, because I'm 25 right now. But anyways, this lighting feels odd. I don't know why, but the second divorce, all right, which was rather recent, 2021. That was with my childhood parents, not my biological parents, my childhood parents, okay? These are two separate pairs of parents, okay? My childhood parents divorced, all right? They divorced and stuff like that. Unfortunately, I'm going to say this one hit me the most, okay? This one hit me the most. Why I say that is because obviously that's a whole 20 years. No, they divorced in 2021. 2021, that's when they divorced. September 2021, that's when they divorced, all right? And today is currently August 2025, all right? It's about to be the... What? My math is crazy. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's about to be the 4-year anniversary. That's sad. Of my childhood parents getting divorced, whatever. Now, immediately when it was announced in 2020 that my childhood parents was going to get divorced, I wasn't that emotional and stuff like that. I really wasn't and stuff like that. But in the inside, I kind of was and stuff like that. I think I was more coping and stuff like that, or I had to figure out what was really going on or whatever. But during that time, through 2020 through 2021, there was some sort of redemption arc, like some redemption arc where my parents was going to try and work some things out and stuff like that. But that didn't work. Yeah, that didn't work. So yeah. So basically, right now that they have divorced and stuff like that, I just got okay. This is where I started to come to the conclusion that I don't have a family anymore. This is where I started to come to the conclusion I don't have a family anymore. A year later, when my modern parents was first established, right? They first started dating and stuff like that. 2022, we moved in together, all right? I was really expecting some sort of peace treaty between my modern parents and my childhood parents, well, post-childhood parents in this case. I was really expecting some sort of peace treaty. I was trying hard to get my parents, my modern parents, and my childhood parents to get along, okay? But that's the thing. They did not want to get along at all. Like, that's the thing. They had to communicate, but my modern parents refused. Specifically, one of them. No, never mind, both of them, because he was a simp anyway. My modern father. But anyways, my modern parents, both of them, wanted to. They needed to. They just refused to communicate with one of my Okay, I'm confusing myself because it's just sad. This just proves I don't have a family. Okay. My modern parents refused to communicate very important informations like, I don't know, child support, schooling, and all that other stuff, all that stuff that children need. They refused to communicate that with my childhood parents, all right? They refused to do that. They refused. They was trying to cut him off and stuff like that. Specifically, one of the modern parents, okay? They was trying to cut off my childhood parents, but the thing is, they can't do that. They were just expecting my childhood parent to do my post-childhood parent to do most of the work, as far as do most of the work as far as like magically just do stuff, just magically give my modern parents what it is they need. Like that's the problem. My modern family, all of them, all 6 of us. Hold up. Modern mother, modern father, modern sibling. Yeah. 5, all of them. And I will be number 6, but all 5 of all 5 members of my modern family expected my childhood parents to read their mind and what it is that they need to raise, the children and stuff like that. But that was a problem, all right? And they all was cutting them off, which I can understand. And they was cutting off pretty much everyone in my childhood family. I can understand why, because they're not trying to get stressed out and they're trying to heal from the divorce and everything that happened. But at the same time, they was doing a terrible job, all right? The children, my former modern siblings, I can understand them. That's one thing, because they're children, so I won't complain too much with them. The problem was the modern parents. They was the main problem. They was the main problem. And they was the main reason why I decided to move out of their house, because I spent 2.5 years being extremely stressed out by them, all right? But especially, and I'm not going to get into details, but the point is, they were terrible. They were terrible co-parents for my childhood parents. My modern parents were terrible co-parents, all right? And then this is the crazy part about it. Because everyone in my modern family wanted to cut off my childhood family, specifically the parents, they expected me to do that. My former modern father, he, for whatever reason, saying a real man would do the right thing, which is cutting him off. You should know how to do that, Ray. Because I thought someone excited coming. You're a man. So, someone watching me. I think someone might be watching me. Hold up. But yeah, a real man. That's the stuff my former modern father was saying. A real man would do the right thing and cut off your childhood father, your childhood parents. You should cut all of them off, Ray. A real man would do that. This whole real man this, real man that, like, what the fuck he was saying? Like, seriously. Hold up. So yeah, it's far away now, but they kept everyone in my former modern family, especially the modern parents, was expecting me to cut off all communication and whatever towards my post-childhood family, all right? Especially my post-childhood parents. One of them specifically. I'm pretty sure y'all can put it together. I've already pretty much explained who it is, and I might have leaked in this video, but whatever. They expect me to do that. But here's the catch. Because I refused to cut them off, my childhood parents, they were using me. They were using me to try and communicate with them, communicate these serious things like child support and schooling and all that other stuff. They were using me and expecting me to do that. Like, do you want me to cut them off or what? You want me to cut off my childhood parents or what? That was extremely confusing. Just because I volunteered to stay in contact, just because I decided to stay in contact with my childhood parents, does not mean I volunteered to be the messenger. Because you're so upset at my childhood parents because of the stress they've caused you. I get it. It sucks. And you should want to cut off people if you want to. I mean, you need to for your healing. That's okay. But the idea I was being used as a messenger, using my own kindness against me. You want me to cut them off. You don't want me no ties with them and stuff like that. Yet you still want me to convey these very important things that you should be doing. I'm not the parent. These are my siblings. These aren't my children. This is your relationship problems. Why I'm doing this stuff. And then the crazy thing is, even my former modern parents recently, because I slightly technically still have a little bit of contact with them, was talking about on the phone. Oh, have you spoke on the phone? Have you spoke to what's her name on the phone recently? I was like, no, not really, but why? What's going on? Oh, did they pay the phone? Did they pay this bill? I'm like, I don't know. Did you call them? Did you call them? Oh, I just thought because you still talking to them, that they talk about that. And I specifically told that former modern parent I want nothing to do with that. Still trying to use me. So yeah, going all that aside, because I'm already at the 15-minute mark. All right, the reason why I had to tell that story, right, is because during that entire 2.5 years of me being with my modern family, my former modern family, I was trying hard to be the mediator, to create this peace treaty between what I thought was going to be my modern family and my childhood family. I thought there was going to be a peace treaty between both families, my modern family and my childhood family, but it wasn't working. They didn't even want my childhood parents to even know the address to where they stay, and they was fussing at me as if I forget. But they expected me to hold that, and I don't want to talk about it. Come on, because honestly, I don't want to talk about this no more. Point being, because I saw there was not going to be a peace treaty between my former modern parents and my childhood parents, and that just made me rethink what in the world even is family. All right, what the fuck is family? I hate that word, honestly. The picture is clear with my post-biological family. The picture is clear. Yes, we're blood, but this the thing. I'm treated slightly different. And I feel like it's not even on purpose. That's because my childhood parents kept me from my biological parents. Alright? That ain't my fault why I'm different. And it ain't their fault. But I do still feel it's a little petty that I'm treated differently. Oh, he ain't like us and stuff like that. My biological, post-biological family, but at the same time, that's somewhat, they're not their fault. I can understand them, all right? And I'm pretty sure, I hope that they can understand me, why they're to me strangers to me. It sucks, but that's what my childhood parents decide. But anyways, so yeah, I just come to yes, I'm still in contact with my childhood parents. I refuse to cut them off. I refuse to cut them both off. All right? And I technically haven't fully cut off my modern parents either. I still got their numbers in my phone. I just haven't contacted them. Especially after, I was told what happened or whatever. I plan to shoot my modern parents one more text just to give them closure. Give them both closure. That's it. At least from my perspective. What happened with them is unfortunate. It sucked. And I unfortunately got very emotional with when it was explained to me by my former modern parents and stuff like that. When the message was conveyed and stuff like that. But the point is, it just simply reinforced that I don't know what the fuck a family even is. Because I grew up with such a conjoined family back when I was a kid for like 20 years pretty much, only for that to be completely flipped upside down. So I don't know what a family is no more. I generally don't know what a family is no more. I don't know what a family is no more. Alright? Because my biological family didn't work, my childhood family didn't work, and even this modern family is not going to even work. Alright? Now I have no clue what my post parents, whatever, because it's so weird and it's crazy that I have more than two parents. That concept is just crazy to me. But I don't know. Well, whenever my parents, any of them, decide to get a new partner, I have to update these titles and stuff like that and make like modern family 2, modern family 2nd, modern family 3rd. It's just suck. This is terrible. This is terrible. It's just a whole lot of horse shit in this family, all right? And I'm still being used more or less. And that's the thing that really, really, just sucks. I don't have a family. I don't have a mom and dad to reliably go to. Now, retiring both my biological parents, in fact, all of my parents, specifically my biological, because my other parents, someone going somewhere else, but retiring my biological parents is going to be way more expensive now, all right? Because now I got to pay for 2 retirement houses. and now possibly even 3 or 4. Mainly 3, because one of my modern parents I kind of want nothing to do with. Now the lighting is back. That was probably the sunset. Well, yeah, that's the gamut. So I've made a title for this entire broken family, and it's called The Incoherent Family. I want to say fragmented family, but I think incoherent is perfect, because it's saying that my family is inconsistent. Now, I'm very sure a lot of people from my shut up. I'm pretty sure I know there are people of my extended oh my gosh, this even sucks. From all of my families, all of them, you know who you are, that see my videos. I forgot my main point. Okay. I know there are people of all of my families that do see my videos. This cancer channel. Y'all need to stop watching this channel, but y'all are more than welcome to watch it anyway. But watch the good shit, okay? I love you all, no matter what, okay? It is what it is, all right? It is what it is, all right? But I'm just saying, like, your role of how I see you is different from the way it was before the divorces, okay? So yes, I am very much affected by the divorce. I just didn't show it that much, okay? I just didn't show it that much, because I'm not as vocal as people are, as most of these normies are. But yeah, I don't have a family. So since the family I grew up with didn't work, since I don't have structure, I just don't know what family is now. I don't even know what parents is no more. I don't know. I don't know what family is, and I don't know what parents are. I for damn sure don't know what a father is, because fathers are adopted into the family. That's the way how I know it, and that's sad. That's sad. Thanks for watching. I don't have family. This is a recap from the original Styles channel. Thanks for watching. Welcome to the channel. Like and subscribe.